So we are now at about 2.6 million cases, 2.6 million cases for the world, 186,000 deaths, and that's about 80% recovery. 917,000 cases resolved is April 1, more or less. So we are now 22 days lagging. So that's important for us to know because we will easily know how many deaths are we expecting in 22 days from now. So in 22 days from now, 2.6 million cases will be resolved, and about 20% of these will end up in deaths. So that's about 520,000 death cases. So leading the number of cases is still US, Spain 213,000, Italy 187, France 159, Germany 151, UK 138, Turkey is now 98,000, Iran, China 82,000, Russia with 62,000 cases. But Russia, look at Russia, 2.4 million testing, Germany 2.2 million testing, Italy 1.5, US is about 4.3 million. So Russia, after that Brazil, Belgium, Canada, Netherlands, Switzerland, Portugal, and India is now catching up in the race. 21,000 cases now for India. This is a huge country, so we should take care of India. So after that, Peru, Sweden, Ireland, Austria, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Japan, Chile, and then Singapore, number one in ASEAN with 11,000 cases. Ecuador, Pakistan, South Korea, Mexico, Poland, Romania, UAE, Denmark, Belarus, Indonesia with the 7,700, that's number 2 in ASEAN. And then Philippines is right there with 6,981 cases. But look at the number of our testing is only 72,000 as of today. So 6,981, what does that mean for us? If you will look at the number of recovered cases versus the deaths, so we have 61% recovery rate. So again, this is important for us because 7,000 cases multiplied by about 40% fatality rate, that's about 2,800 deaths in how many days? 1,184 correspond to March 28, which is almost 26 days. So in 26 days, we are expecting more or less 2,800 deaths based on our data today. Alright, so let's go now to our curve analysis. So the curve analysis, we just continued it from last time. Still see that the best predictor is the cubic formula with 98.8% accuracy, followed by quadratic curve. And if we look at this, the forecast on April 30, which is just a few days from now, following quadratic is 13,962, following cubic is 11,811. And if you will forecast up to May 15, about 91st day, we are at day number 69. It will be up to 21,000 for quadratic or 15,000 in cubic. So following cubic, we may have 15,000 cases by May 15. So now looking at the rate of change, we just continue this column E is the velocity, as you will see. This is the rate of change from day to day, and getting the 5-day average, we have this one, column H. So in column H, you will see that the velocity of the curve is moving from, let's look at May, what's the date today? April 15, 251 to 246, so it's slowing down. 231, 207, continuously slowing down. 201, 187, 166 yesterday, but now 178 today. So, but if you will look at the general trend, it is already moving down for the velocity. Now this is the acceleration. The acceleration is also important because we know if it is moving down, what rate is it moving down. So the deceleration still is here, it's decelerating, 6.6 to 36.2, right? Decelerating, at a very high rate. And then it increased again, accelerating again, and then it decelerates at 23.8 average last April 19, and then it turned down again to 6, decelerate to 13, decelerate to 21, but now it increased again by 12.4. The reason for that is we remove -9 and then we change it to plus 160, which is really bad. So we will wait again for another 5 days to remove 160, and hopefully it will continue to move down. So we're still not yet out of it, although we can see that the general trend is moving down, especially when we look at the velocity. I hear a lot about the doubling of cases and the tripling of cases, which is being done by our government in order to find out whether the curve is slowing down. Personally, I'm not in favor of that. The reason being doubling of cases. We've been tracking that in the beginning, right? If you are following this channel, you'll see that we've been analyzing it that way. How many days it takes to double, how many days it takes to triple. But then that is a kind of analysis that you want when the curve is still increasing. If it is decreasing, you don't care about the doubling rate. And you will see that from the beginning that we are tracking it, it takes 3 days first to double, 1 day to double. Look at that, very high. And then it decreased to 6, to 5, to 4, and now it is at 18 days to double. How many days it takes to triple the cases? So it started with 4 days, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days. The least number there was 2, but then from then on it started to go up. Now it takes about 22 days for the cases to triple. So with this rate, we expect May 13, that's 22 days from now, to be at 20,000 943, which is triple of what we have right now. But according to the doubling rate, by May 11, which is 18 days from now, we will have 13,962 cases. The rate of change is the slope of the curve and the deceleration of the increase of the curve. And we cannot do it by merely, as I said, merely using individual days, but a group of number of days which correspond to what we are using, the moving average. But in both cases, we see that generally speaking, in the general trend, the trend is indeed decreasing. So the curve is more or less flattening, but it takes a longer period of time in order to find out if this is indeed the case. Plus, this is the case of the multiplication of the virus when we are under ECQ. Now, when we open the streets again to people, just like what they did in Wuhan, and I think in some cases in Europe, there have been reports of increasing cases again. So the second wave, which is really not the thing that we want to happen in our country. So it's still too early to say as of the moment. So we still keep on doing what the government is telling us to do. Stay at home, protect yourselves, and let's pray that this crisis will soon be over. Thank you very much, and God bless.